welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. So today I am just going to share a little clip of me speeding around the house on Friday before Ernie gets home, just to get the main living space picked up because it's been so busy around here. I'm literally playing catch up on a daily basis. I'm just trying to keep the house in order. I'm not really cleaning. I'm looking around. I'm in my bedroom right now because it's nice and quiet up here. And I just got a glimpse of the top of the nightstands, which literally have an inch of dust on them. I need to do some serious cleaning before my trip to Tennessee, and yeah, it's bad. But anyways, I wanted to give you guys an update. But before we get into that, I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of speed cleaning motivation in case you came here to see that. I just didn't want to leave any cleaning motivation out. So I'm going to go ahead and insert that here, and then after you're done watching that, we'll come back.
Call back. Do you ever pick up on that phone? Stop pretending I don't know you're home. I guess not. Do you ever respond? Explain it all again. Tell me why you don't wanna be friends. I guess not. Baby, no, I don't wanna go. You know how much I hate sleeping alone. I can never make it on my own. I hate sleeping alone. I can never make it on my own. Tell me what I'm gonna do. Tell me how I'm gonna live my life without you. Yeah, tell me why we don't make sense. Tell me how I'm gonna get through. I don't wanna take another life without you. Yeah, tell me why we don't make sense. I wish that we'll end up together, you, oh you. I keep wishing and wishing and wishing. Tell me what I'm gonna do. Tell me how I'm gonna live my life without you. Yeah, tell me why we don't make sense. Tell me what I'm gonna do. Tell me how I'm gonna live my life without you. Yeah, tell me why we don't make sense. Tell me how I'm gonna get through. I don't wanna take another life without you. Yeah, tell me why we don't make sense. Oh no. From the first time I saw ya, you were not like the others. A cool kind of melody. You rattled my cage without warning, kept it up right till the morning. A new kind of ecstasy. You found a different side of me, the one I'd like to be. A different side of me, yeah. You found a different side of me, like someone pretty neat. A different side of me, yeah. signs, counting down till we take flight. It's how you make me feel.
Okay, so that's what it looks like when I am busy, and I usually clean the castle for the king and get the house in shape, but there are occasions when that is completely impossible, but I do want it to look presentable when Ernie walks in the door. Of course, he would do the same for me. He has done the same for me when I've been on trips to visit siblings in other states. I come home, he always makes sure to have the sheets washed and the house vacuumed, and he's just so sweet like that. Anyways, I want to go ahead and give you guys an update. I'm going to go ahead and insert now some footage of what the house is looking like as far as boxes go. And just so you guys can get an idea of what it looks like. But we are certainly, living in a transition in the house. So it's hard for me to get any kind of real cleaning footage right now because I'm not cleaning like that right now. I certainly cannot wait to get home and tackle everything that needs to get done here at the house. It's going to be a quiet house, and I am really soaking up all of the noise, if that makes any sense at all. I'm really soaking it all up. I'm absolutely going to miss it a lot, I'm sure. The bickering and the fighting and the screaming and all of those things. I was walking through the store the other day, and there was a mom and a dad and a baby that was probably about 9 or 10 months old. And the mom was trying to take a picture of the baby. So the dad was doing all these things to get the baby to laugh. And she was cracking up. And it just put an immediate smile on my face because there's nothing like children's laughter or noise. There is just no better sound in the world. And as I was walking through the store and you could hear her giggling, she was putting a smile on everybody's face in the store. And every woman that I passed was like, isn't that the best sound ever? I think we can all agree it is. But anyway, so yeah, they are packing up. They had the garage sale. It was a success. There was a mom who came and bought all of the baby items that she was selling for her daughter. Her daughter's 14, going on 15, and about to have a baby. Whew, oh my God, I couldn't imagine. I mean, I was a teen mom, but I was like 18 going into 19, which is still very young, don't get me wrong, but 14, gonna be 15, oh my gosh. Anyways, so my daughter-in-law was able to sell her all of it for $100, and she was just so grateful. So they got rid of so much. There's still a little bit left in the garage. After the movers come, they will take things to the dumpster because they're still building around here. So there's dumpsters that we're not supposed to use, but we're going to use. Everybody uses them to, throw things away. And then there's some stuff that she's going to donate to the, donation centers. And yeah, the garage will be pretty much emptied out. So that's lovely. Excited about that. But we are just, going through a lot. Ernie and I are, as the days approach and get closer, we're really feeling it. I'm going to be throwing my son and my grandson a birthday party. Their birthdays are a day apart here in March. And so I didn't want them to leave for a birthday, I want to celebrate their birthday, their last birthday in California that they'll be celebrating. So I wanted to make sure to do that and then kind of throw in a going away party at the same time. So I'll be doing that. So I have to get ready for that. I have a very busy week this coming week. I'm not sharing dates with you guys because I don't want to share dates. So, but I have a very busy week coming up here. And that is, just getting ready for the party and just, trying to keep things organized. When you move, like organized chaos, I guess you will, if you can say that. Just keep everything organized and stay on top of the everyday household chores, which has been a challenge. But now that they are done packing, they're completely done packing. They've emptied everything out of my closet that they used to have in there. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I can get Ernie to carry down the things today to the garage so that I can, get them up there and out of here. So anyway, so they've emptied everything out there. They're almost done packing. No, they are done packing. No, they're done packing for the movers. The movers are, stuff is ready to go. So they're all done doing that. It's going to be complete, utter chaos. There's going to be a time frame where they're not going to have beds here or furniture here. I have one air mattress, which, my son and daughter-in-law will sleep on. And then the baby has her, they call it a DockATot. So she'll sleep in that. And then the boys, it's going to be Sofa City, I guess, for them. Or, I'm going to make it comfortable for them, with my blankets that I have and comforters and stuff like that. Just, some nice cushion for them. So just making it cozy for them while they're here, because they're going to have, let me see really quick. 5 nights with no bed. So I'm going to try and make it as comfortable as possible. I do know that the morning that the movers come, and we're not sure, they said they're coming on either, they gave them a 2-day option that they're coming. So whatever day they come, that morning, we're going to have to take the bedding off of the beds, get them in a quick wash and dry, and vacuum packed or what have you, however we're going to pack them. They're going to have to keep their pillows because they're going to need something to lay their head on. And it's going to be a very busy day, the day the movers come. So we're going to do that, strip all the beds. And so some of you might be wondering, what is the cost associated with moving across country? It's not cheap. I will tell you that. They got several quotes from several different moving companies, and it's per cubic foot. And a cubic foot, I believe, so I know that an 18 by 18 by 18 box is 3 cubic feet. So what they do is when you call them, they ask you, they have a list of, normal household items. They'll ask you, which ones do you have? And on their sheet, that item already has cubic feet associated with it or assigned to it. So when they're done with, going through furniture type things queen mattress, queen bed frame, a single dresser, a double dresser, that kind of stuff, they will then ask you how many boxes you have and, kind of go from that point. So they got several quotes from several different movers, and it ranged anywhere from $4,500 to it could go up to $10,000. I think they landed at 6,000 by the time they were done, because she just did an update yesterday with them, which was they say when they get closer to coming, they'll call you and kind of do a final box count. And, sometimes people sell stuff, and which they did, and that type, donate items. Sometimes you have more boxes than you thought you were going to have, or you have less boxes. I told her, she originally had told them 20. I said, no, tell them 30 initially. I said, because you always think you're going to have less than what you really will have. And it turns out she had more, closer to 30, more. She went over 30, but closer to 30 than the 20. So that's a good thing. But But anyway, so that is the cost associated. That's how it works. And inside the trucks, they have the cubic feet measured on the truck. So they'll show you like on the truck where you start and where you end, and it just shows on the top of the truck. I'll try and get some footage of that in a future video, just so you guys can kind of get an idea in case you know somebody who's moving cross country, or maybe you're moving cross country, or maybe you're just moving and you want to know how they come up with the price for that. But I believe that because there are so many people moving from California, there is a mass exodus happening here. And that is, I don't know if you've heard that or not. That is not a rumor. That is the truth. A matter of fact, the day that she was calling around and booking or getting pricing for the movers, the guy that they ended up going with, the company they ended up going with, the guy that she was talking to said, "You are my 13th person today for a one-way move out of California." And we were blown away. She had him on speakerphone. We were like, whoa. And it was pretty early in the day. So anyways, so what's happening is if you don't have, like if you have like an apartment or, a smaller home, or you don't have like their situation, when we moved into this home, they got rid of a ton of stuff. They kept their living room furniture because they have a living room. And I'll do a full tour of the house, when I get back from Tennessee, so you guys can see that. You're going to see the whole house finally. I have never shown you their area because that's their private space, and I did not want to impede on their privacy. And so you guys will see that. But they have a living room, a bedroom, and a bathroom downstairs. It's like a mother-in-law suite we opted to build onto the house. And when we went in for like the design and all that stuff, we added that on. And then, so they have living room furniture, they have bedroom furniture, they have a bar, they had a hutch, they have the boys' bedroom furniture, they have boxes, just everything. But so they didn't have like a house full of furniture, like 2,800 square foot house. So I'm guessing a huge home with everything, years of stuff is going to cost you a pretty penny to leave cross country. Not only that, but we were warned, and we realized that it's more expensive to leave California than it is to come back one way. So it is what it is. So anyways, I think they landed on just close to $6,000 is what their move is costing them. And as far as the movers go, and the beauty of that is they come in, they take everything apart, they load the truck, and then when they get to the destination, they unload the truck and they stage everything. Now, I do know to save money, she said she's taken apart Aiden's bookcase, the baby's crib, the bunk bed. I think those are 3 things she said to save money, because that way they don't take the bunk bed and just put it on the, it's not one of those, you guys have seen at my cleaning videos once or twice, but it's the kind that has like the little reading, it's the IKEA one underneath, so it's not a true bunk bed. They were just going to take that whole thing and put it on the truck, and that takes up space. And so she said, no, I'll take that apart. So they're going to take that apart and, flatten it and tape it all together in 3 pieces or 4 pieces, so that, so the pieces they choose to take apart, they're going to have to put together when we get to the house. No big deal. It saves, I think, like $500. So there are little things that you can do if you really sit on the phone with the people and say, you keep saying, listen, we're on a budget. And I kept telling her, tell them you're on a budget. You're working with a certain dollar amount, And so, yeah, they were, she sat on the phone and she just worked it until it got to a price that they were comfortable with. So that is what it costs, and that's how it works to move cross country. So it's not cheap, that's for sure. So we're looking forward to it. We're also, I think I may have already mentioned, that we are feeling very, very blessed that we're able to travel with them. Ernie was very adamant with his work and said, I have to go. I can't let my family do this drive without me. So he's going, and I feel better because we have AAA, and if you know. So, but also looking forward to it because I get to see the country. I've never driven cross country, and I was telling Ernie yesterday, I said, I've always wanted to do a cross country road trip, but literally cross the country, like to the East Coast. And then back again, another route. And I said, but not this way. I wanted to make stops and take a month, literally. I literally wanted to take a month and do a cross-country road trip. And just because there's so much to see in the United States, we're so used to jumping on a plane and traveling to other places, other countries and, destinations that are not within the United States. And, we like to go to Mexico. We love Cabo. But, there's so much to see here in the United States. But anyways, we're not going to get to do that. We are making it in 2 days. I've already got the hotels booked for our stops. I know that we're going to be stopping in New Mexico. So California to New Mexico the first day, and New Mexico to Arkansas the second day, and from Arkansas to Tennessee the final day. We've already got it mapped out, and we already have the hotels booked. So fingers crossed that, that all goes well. So yeah, but how are we dealing with it? I keep coming back to it's a different thing, so they moved in. When we bought this house, we had no idea that this was, we were going to end up back in California. But our intentions were, because our youngest son and his wife, they started their family backwards, like me and Ernie did, where they started having kids before they got married, and they were young, and, the whole thing. And so, for Ernie and I, it was a struggle to buy our first home. We bought our first home. We were late 20s. We were in our late 20s. And I think 29 years old. We bought our first home, and we lived with Ernie's parents for a few months to put as much money away as possible before doing that. And so, yeah, that was interesting because he had 2 sisters and a brother still living at home at that time, and it was a 3-bedroom house. So it was crazy. But we literally turned one of the bedrooms into a whole bed because the girls, my sister-in-laws, had twin beds, and we put a double bed in between that for two of the boys. And then in my brother-in-law's room, he still had a bunk bed at the time. We put a twin bed in there, I think. And then my sister-in-laws have this little alcove off of their bedroom, which is where their closet was, and they put their makeup on and everything. And Ernie and I dropped a queen mattress in there, and that was where we slept. So we sacrificed in order to buy our first house. But it's not like that anymore. It's just not feasible. Now, where we live in California, homes were still very affordable for young families, and that is no longer the case. Just across the street, the homes that are going up there are starting in the low 700s. The median house price here in California is now $835,000. So for young families who want to get their foot in the door on even just a fixer-upper, it's just not possible anymore. Without the help of your family or hitting the lottery or a good bonus from work or however it is people get their down payments or saving for years and years. But with the cost of living going up, the saving part is just impossible, especially since they have 4 children. So, and car registration is more expensive. If you're I'll give you an example. Our car registration for our truck that we used to have, we traded in for the car I have now, but our truck was almost $800 for a year, which is more than my car payment. And our car that we have now, it was almost $600 to register the car. So car registration is expensive here. Everything is more expensive here. It's crazy. So for a young family, it's hard for them to get ahead. So we thought, well, if they move in here, and pay portion of the mortgage, and then we will take that and we'll put it aside and, help them save so that they can have the money. They got hit hard. Both industries that they were in, they got hit hard during all the nonsense that took place. My son was in the, is in the beverage industry. He was in the distribution part of it. And when bars closed and restaurants closed, and, everything in the beginning, it hit him directly. My daughter-in-law worked for a major casino, and then she was also pregnant at the time. And so that was crazy how it hit the casino, right? Because people weren't going and gambling and doing all that kind of stuff. And so both of their industries were hit very, very, very hard, and they were hit directly. There's just no help for family. I'm sorry, for young families that were hit hard. I'm hearing that a lot. I'm seeing that a lot here. So, yeah. Anyways, this was all in God's plan as far as I'm concerned. I'm a believer. We are believers. And, we know that God is working, and He's working in a way that maybe we don't understand now, but in the future we're going to look back and say, yeah, so because of my faith, because of our faith, we know that this is a wonderful thing. It's a good thing. As much pain as, you may feel when you have this kind of a loss, not that it's a loss in a way, but it's not like a loss that we're never going to see them again. It's just when I was raising my boys, I dreamed, you probably all dreamed the same, you dreamed of the big holiday dinners and, Sunday dinners and all of that. Well, for us, that ended when COVID hit because we left. We sold the house and I moved. And that was also a God thing because we literally put the house on the market and accepted an offer. We put the house on the market, I think, on a Thursday, and we accepted a over asking on that Monday. We signed the acceptance, and everything was shut down on Wednesday. And so, for me, if I would have stayed in that house during all of the nonsense that was taking place, the ugliness, Summer of Love, and all that stuff, I don't know how I would have done. So it was a God thing that all worked out perfectly. And I was with Ernie during that time. But then look, he brought us back here. We bought this house, and they were living in her childhood home before all of this took place. And that is where she grew up. That's where she felt comfortable. The kids were going to the same school she went to growing up. And I think them being moved out of her childhood home into this house, which is a couple of towns away from, where she grew up, was God's way of moving them. Because pause for a second, they're very involved in their kids' youth football league, very involved. And they were worried that the kids weren't going to have that same sense of family with their football people that they had there. And so they were very worried about that. Well, they did. And they even a better group of people. So I think that was the Lord's way of saying, look, You can do it. You can move away and you can still have what, you had there. You can still have it somewhere else, So I think that was the Lord's plan. And I tell them that. I said, this is the Lord working. He's working. You guys are witnessing him work in your lives. And that's always such a good thing, right? So it's so powerful when you think of how the Lord works. It's so powerful when you can see it. Like, it's power. It's so powerful. So we know this is a good thing. Ernie and I know it is a good thing. But it's hard. It's very hard on us. I've already planned my first trip out there. I told him we have to buy tickets to go out on, in May for our granddaughter's first birthday. For that weekend, for 4 days. And, and that's that. That's just the way that's got to be. So I've already got our first trip planned out there, and I haven't even left to go to help him move there. We haven't even left yet. So yeah, they're just a plane ride away. And I think that I'm going to be so happy because they got a beautiful home there. They're renting a beautiful home there. That's another thing. The homes there are so inexpensive to rent compared to here. Here in California, you have to make 3 times the amount of the rent that you're going to pay in order to rent a home. So, or an apartment. So, for instance, if you're paying if you rent a house for $2,500, which doesn't get you much of a house here anymore, you have to make 3 times that amount in order to qualify. So that's crazy for a lot of families. But, over there, that wasn't a qualification, and the home that they got is just beautiful. So I'm so excited for that. So I know once I see them settled in there and, and they start living their life there, and, FaceTime is always something. I don't have an iPhone, but I have FaceTime on my Macs. So I'll be able to FaceTime them, often. Once I get to see them living in the home, and Ernie and I get to see them living in the home and, and thriving, I think that's when we're really going to be able to go, But we have told them that they always have a home here. So they're never alone. As long as I have breath in my lungs, they are never going to be alone. And they know that. So anyways, that is the update. We have lots. I feel like I just got all emo on you guys. We have a lot coming up. I was talking to Ernie last night, and I was like, I want to get all the footage of us traveling there, so it's going to be kind of like a little mini series. I'll do like travel day number 1, travel day number 2 when we arrive, and then while I'm there, videos. So I'm going to document the whole thing because I want you guys to see it. I think it's only fair. I've been talking about it, so I can't not show you guys, the whole thing. So, where, our drive to New Mexico, and our drive to Arkansas, and then the final drive, and us arriving will be really cool. So, I'm going to be documenting the movers and getting, that, getting the U-Haul, not the U-Haul, but the moving truck loaded. And yeah, so there's lots coming up just with that alone. And then when I get back, I'm so mad. You see this here? See that white stuff there? My carpet? So, something happened in the backyard last week. I'm not exactly sure what happened. I was here by myself with the dog. And typically, Kobe, that's the dog's name, when he needs to go to the bathroom, he's not our dog, he's their dog. When I'm here alone, when he needs to use the bathroom, he just goes and stands at the back door, and he'll whine if he needs to get your attention and you let him out. So I did that last week, and I was on the phone with Ernie, and I kept hearing this noise, and I was like, what the hell is that noise? Sounded like, somebody rolling their trash can out or something. I couldn't make it. You guys know I'm hard of hearing. I wear my hearing aids, but I don't think this one's not working right now anyways, but I don't know what I was hearing, but turns out he was jumping up on the glass door. And because I got up and I was walking, I was like, what the hell is that noise? And I get up and I see, and he was like shivering, just sitting there and like shivering. And I was like, what the heck? So I opened the back door, I let him in, and he came and he ran and got in his bed and curled up in a ball. And I was like, what happened? We have turkey vultures here and stuff like that. So I was like, well, maybe, he saw a turkey vulture. Ernie had mentioned that. And we just weren't sure what happened. And so ever since that day, he will not go out back. We have to put him on a leash and take him out front, take him for a walk to go to the bathroom. So yesterday, they left to go to her aunt's house to go have dinner and spend the night and everything, and in San Diego. And so I came upstairs to get something, and I noticed there was a wet spot on my carpet. And I told Ernie, the dog pissed in our thing. Well, they never took him out to go to the bathroom yesterday because the garage sale was happening and busy, blah, blah, blah. And he ended up coming in my bedroom and pissing in my bedroom. I'm so pissed off, you guys. So Ernie right away got the shampooer out and like shampooed it and everything. And I came in here this morning after we woke up, and I'm like, I smell dog urine. And you guys, I don't do that. I don't do dog urine. I don't do pet odors at all. I can't stand dog hair. And that dog sheds like crazy. I smelled it this morning. I told Ernie, ew. So I put baking soda on it, and I'm letting that sit all day, all night. I'm going to let that sit. And then tomorrow I'm going to vacuum it up, and I'm going to shampoo again. But I told Ernie, if I can't get that smell out, I said, I'm ripping the carpet out of this room. I don't care. I'm not living like that. I refuse. Ew, I cannot stand the smell of pet urine. Ugh, it's gross. So anyways, and I don't want to become nose blind to it, but I am furious at that dog. It's not his fault because they should have taken him out before they left and they didn't. So I'm more mad at them than I am the dog. But I'm fuming because it's, the builder's grade carpet. We planned on replacing it anyways, but not if we were going to sell the house. So I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do, but I told Ernie, I said, I will rip the carpet up in this room and live on plywood floors if I have to until we're ready to do flooring up here, because I'm not living with that odor. Ew. So a future video maybe of me, I may come home from Tennessee and get to work on ripping this carpet out. I'm telling you, I ain't playing. Anyways, so be looking for that. But we have lots to do, lots of videos coming up. So the videos are going to be very interesting leading up to me coming back from Tennessee. But when we come back from Tennessee, I'm going to get busy. I have, they are leaving in the loft. The sofa that's in there is mine. So I am keeping that. I have lots of plans for that loft. I do. I have lots of plans. It's something that I've been wanting to do for a long time in a room of a house, and I think I might get away with doing it here. I think we're going to stay here for a minute, so I might as well make it home and do upgrades that will further add value to the home. So anyways, that is my update. I've been jibber jabbering. If you have stayed with me this long, thank you. I have so many new subscribers. I want to welcome you guys. I have not really put a lot of attention on that. So I do want to welcome you guys and thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate that. If you guys can leave me a comment down below, that would be lovely. That helps my channel out. And also if you give it a thumbs up, that also helps my channel out. It lets YouTube know that people are enjoying my content and they push it forward to people that like this type of content. So Anyways, with all of that said, if you haven't subscribed, make sure to do that before you leave. And I got to get busy. I got some stuff I got to take care of today, and it cannot wait anymore. So I got to go, but we will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.